Fantastic Flying Machines Introduction. Close your eyes and imagine if you could fly like a bird. Where would you go? What would you see? If, if you had never seen or heard of an airplane, could you imagine what it would be like to fly? Let's look at some of the fantastic machines that make flight possible. People have always wanted to fly. They watch birds fly. They dream about how wonderful it would be. A few people had good ideas about what make objects move through the air. On the man, One man made a small toy propeller that could spin through the air. In the 1400s, Leonardo da Vinci, an artist, dreamed amazing plans for a helicopter. It might it might have worked, but he never built it. People experimented. Some strapped wings on their arms and flapped. A few tied themselves to big gates. Almost everyone crashed over and over, but they wanted to fly. History of flight. In 1783, two French brothers invented the hot air balloon. Their first passengers were a sheep, a rooster and a duck. George Cayley built the first glider that carried a person. Later, an engineer invented a better glider and published his ideas in 1989. A few years later, his ideas and notes inspired many of the designs of the Wright brothers. Orville and Wilbur Orville and Wilbur Wright thought about all of the early ideas. They thought about why most of them didn't work. After many tests, the Wright brothers built the first successfully airplane that was powered by engine. It could only carry one person, so they took turns to testing it. On December 17, 1903, it was Orville's turn. That day, he flew for 1 full minute and went 260 meters. People could fly. Airplanes. Planes have improved a lot since the early days of flight. Large passenger airplanes are the first type of flying machine that most people see. Have you flown in an airplane on a vacation trip? This type of planes can carry about 450 passengers and their luggage. They can take you across the country or around the world. Many planes that are built to fly high or fast use jet engines. Jet engines are powerful. They push an airplane forward by forcing a stream or jet of hot gas out behind them. Some jets can fly faster than the speed of the sound. Many slower or older airplanes have propeller engines. Each blade on a propeller acts like a wing. The blades create air is suction when they spin, like blades on a fan. This force pulls the plane forward. Stunt pilots use small propeller planes to do tricks at air shows. Farms use them to spray crops. Some planes are built for a particular task. Mail planes deliver packages overnight. Military cargo planes move trucks, supplies, and troops. Planes set up as office how allow people to work while they fly business meetings. Helicopters. Helicopters are another common type of flying machine. They can fly and land almost anywhere. Most helicopters have two rotors. Their large rotor on top lifts the helicopter. A small on the tail helps the pilot steer. Unlike planes, helicopters can fly backward and rotate. They can even have hover in midair. Some helicopters are designed to lift heavy loads. These helicopters need two rotors on top. Firefighters sometimes use these helicopters to fight forest fires in remote areas. Helicopters travel faster than cars. Hospitals use helicopters as ambulance to reach injured people quickly. Police use helicopters to find and chase criminals. Rescue teams use them to look for people who are lost. Blimps and balloons. Hot air balloons fly very slowly. They can't be steered, so they drift where the wind pushes them. Gas burners warm the air inside the balloons, making them rise in the cooler air around them. People fly in hot air balloons for fun. It's a quiet, it's a quiet and unusual way to see the country from above, countryside from above. Blimps are flying machines that blimps are flying machines that are often seen above large sporting events. Blimps are large, long balloons flying with light therm air gas, such as helium. They usually have two small propulsion engines and can be steered by a pilot, but they fly slowly. Blimps attract attention, so companies put their names on them for advertising. Rockets and spaceships. Rockets are very powerful engines that force hot gases out behind them to create thrust. In 1957, the Soviet Union surprised the world when it used a rocket to launch the first satellite. The satellite is the satellite's name was Sputnik. It captured everyone's imagination. People thought about space travel and being astronauts. Since then, rockets have carried people to the moon and have helped to build a space station. A space shuttle rides rockets into space. It carries astronauts and supplies to the International Space Station. On its return trip to Earth, its wings let it like an airplane. Other ways to fly. Today, there are many ways to fly. Hang gliders take off from cliffs and glide to the earth, drifting on air currents. It's sleek, thin glider aircraft. People can soar for hours. Long ago, people could only imagine flying like bird. Now many people have the chance to fly. Where would you go? Where would you like to fly?